Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. And I hope I am properly audible and visual to all of you. Good evening. Yes, so I am quite good. And I hope that all of you are also doing well. Good evening. Okay, so last day, yes, that's good that many of you have told me that yes, you have written the answer. So I hope all of you have written the answer with respect to Indus Valley civilization. I hope all of you have written the answer with respect to that Indus Valley civilization. Yes. So, okay, that's good. Now, in today's session, the topics which we are going to discuss, if you look at this, the first topic which we are going to discuss is about lessons from Nepal. Okay. So, here we are going to talk about this one thing. We have seen that for the last 1 week, many things have been going on in Nepal. So, we are going to see just this one part, that what lessons we can take from Nepal, or what lessons any country can take from Nepal. So, that is one thing which we will discuss. The second thing which we are going to talk about is about a red ivy plant. Okay. So this is related to like health sector and a biodiversity sector. A plant is there which is containing some chemicals, the chemical which can be used for the process of healing of the wounds. So we will discuss about that. Third one is border wing home guard. Border wing home guard. We will discuss about this. What is the news about? What are border wing home guards? We will talk about it. Then we are going to talk about this one issue of the Aedes mosquitoes. Okay. We are having a significantly higher number of challenges like dengue, Zika, chikungunya. So there is one mosquito which is common to that, and that is Aedes mosquito. So we are going to talk about this Aedes mosquito and the control mechanism, the fault in that control mechanism. We are going to talk about that. Okay. And the fifth one, we are also going to talk about vulture. So this is also related to environment. Okay. This is also something which you can connect with environment. It is related to your security, defense. Okay. Here we have again related to environment. And here we have the one thing with respect to international relation and polity. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss. Okay. कल हमारी current affairs की class नहीं विवेक, from next Saturday I will start because there are some other things which I have to finish. So from next Saturday I will be starting. Okay. Now before we go into that, there are certain questions. Why we cannot develop our own social media platforms and Google like ecosystem? See, it's not that we are not having any system. It is about competition. It is about competition. It is about technology. It is about acceptability. It is about being first in the race. So we are having our softwares also. We are having our search engines also, but they are not as popular, and they are having a very big competition. They are having a very big competition from Google. So Google is the the most dominant search engine, not here in India, across the world. So that is the problem. Okay. The competition is very tough. Android, and again the same thing, like the competition. We don't even have mobile companies, hardware, like mobile manufacturing companies also. Why? Because there is tough competition. There are some smaller companies at a smaller scale, but not any leaders. It is about technology, it is about competition, it is about acceptability. Now, here we have this one question. How many of the following are correct with respect to cryptocurrencies? Here we have the first statement. It is developed using blockchain technology. It can be transferred easily across multiple bank accounts. It comes under the direct supervision of international agencies. It is not regulated by Reserve Bank of India. So what will be the answer here? Good evening. A option, B option. So if you look at this, it is developed using blockchain technology. I think you know that. It can be transferred easily across multiple bank accounts. You know that it is not part of the banking system. It is not part of the banking system. So there is no such bank transfer of it. So second option is incorrect. It comes under the direct supervision of international agencies. You know that this one is also incorrect. It is not regulated by Reserve Bank of India. This one is correct. So answer here will be option number B. That is only 2. Which one of the following statement is correct? The Kachativu Island was given to Sri Lanka via Constitutional Amendment Act. It is presently having significant population of Sri Lankan Tamils. Indian fishermen can't go to this island for any purposes as per the agreement. It lies in the Park Strait region. Cryptocurrencies are created by solving algorithms on blockchain platforms. They are more like suppose you are playing a game. Let's say you are playing Candy Crush. So you know that when you complete a level, then you are rewarded some coins. So in same manner, in blockchain platform, it is more like you are solving some algorithms. Those algorithms are going to be very much complex. So on solving those algorithms, they are given a reward, and that reward is in the form of cryptocurrency. The original concept was like this. The Bitcoin originated like this. Okay. Good evening. So, what will be the answer here? Question number 2. So here if we look at this, it was given to Sri Lanka via Constitutional Amendment Act. You know this is incorrect. It is presently having significant population of Sri Lankan Tamils. You also know it is uninhabited. Indian fishermen can't go to this island for any purpose, you know, for drying their nets, for even taking rest, or even for the festivals, they can go there. It lies in the Park Strait region. So this is the only correct statement. So answer here is option number D. Consider the following: New Caledonia, Chagos Island, Malta Island, Aglega Island. How many of them are located in Indian Ocean region? Yes, Satoshi Nakamoto. It is believed that he may be the one responsible behind it. Okay. But who is Satoshi Nakamoto? No one knows that. Okay. It is generally said that there may be a person like this who have generated this. So no authentic information is there. It is only a hypothesis which is put. Yes, so through data mining. So data mining. C option, B option. So here again, if you look at this, New Caledonia, this is there in the Pacific Ocean. Chagos Island is there, Malta is Mediterranean, Aglega is here. So we have the option B option, that is only 2. So here we have seen this is option 2, option B. Now I have given you this question last day. I have given you this one question last day. What is cryptocurrency? Highlight their merits and demerits. So have you written this answer? What is cryptocurrency? What is their merit and demerits? Yes, easier to transfer fund between parties, protection from inflation, transactional speed, cost effective, transaction speed, decentralization, self-government, and transparent. Okay. Why Bitcoin has huge price? It is just because Bitcoin is having huge price. It is simply because it is being demanded. It is having a huge demand. That's why it is having this prices. It is simply demand and supply. Pseudonymous, okay. Expensive to participate in network and earn off. Chain security issues. Price are very volatile. More demand, less supply. Yes. So I think all of you have written this. Have you connected it? Like, I think first thing is you can easily define, like this is the first part. You have to define what is cryptocurrency. That is the first part of answer. Second thing, what you have to do, you have to mention their merits. In merits, you can mention about peer-to-peer transaction, decentralized. You can mention about the decentralized. You can mention about the anonymity. You can also mention about like strictly based on demand and supply. It is enabling global. It is enabling global transaction. Lesser transaction cost, unlimited. No need of intermediaries. So these are certain advantages which you can see here. In the demerits also you can write many such things, like this is something which can be used for illegal purposes, illegal use. It can give rise to black money and parallel economy. Parallel economy. Then we see that it is also creating higher volatility, highly volatile. Highly volatile. Then we also see that no grievance redressal. No grievance redressal. Then we see that it is also something where we see that like environmental cost. Limited currency. Limited currency means it is not infinite. There is a number. There is a fixed number of this. Legal uncertainty. So that is also one part. So that's good that many of you have tried writing this. So this is something which you have to do on daily basis. Security risk is also there. Terrorist financing, drug smuggling, all these things also, if you want, you can mention. So there is no grievance redressal also. So these are some of the parts. Okay. Any one of you who have not written, now tell me about this. Any one of you who have not written this answer? It was quite easy question. So I hope everyone have written. In conclusion, you can say this, like we know that there are so many risks. So you can mention about the central bank digital currency, that in India, Reserve Bank of India has provided for an alternate digital currency which can meet the digital demands of citizen while ensuring a secure, safe and safe ecosystem for digital payments. So in conclusion, you can mention about the CBDC, that on one hand it fulfills the demand of the citizens for a digital currency, and on the other hand it also provides a safe and secure ecosystem under the regulation of Reserve Bank of India. Okay. So this is one thing which you can add. Okay. Eutrophication of water and dead zone in marine, because both are consequences. Less oxygen in water. No, both are having different factors responsible for it. Eutrophication is generally something when there is too much nutrients and algal bloom. When there is too much nutrient, it is simply called as eutrophication. Due to eutrophication, there is algal bloom, and algal bloom can cause this lesser oxygen. Okay. Marine dead zones can be a result of algal blooms or can also be a result of many other factors. From next week, Rishabh, from next week there will be class in foundation batch. Okay. Not tomorrow, but from next week there will be class. So now we are coming to today's topic. Today's topic, that is lessons from Nepal. We are coming to this one topic, lessons from Nepal. So what lessons we can take from Nepal? Okay. What nations we can take from Nepal? Okay. One thing which we can see from here, first thing, that when we are talking about this, the state overreach, it often backfires. Okay. State overreach, this is something which can cause backfire. It backfires. When the government is taking too much aggressive, when the government is becoming too much aggressive, when the agencies of government are becoming too much aggressive, it often backfires. There is a limit up to which people can withstand any such pressure, any such aggressiveness by the government. And then a time will come when it is going to backfire in a significant manner. Okay. Second thing which we see, that legitimacy and trust. Legitimacy and trust in government. If there is a trust deficit in the government, if people are having that trust deficit in government, the government cannot continue for a long period of time. For the government to exist, the people must believe in it. The people must believe in it. People must have confidence on it that, okay, our government will manage this. The day the generation, or the day when the population loses that confidence, whenever there is a trust deficit in the government, it is going to backfire. Okay. So again, what we see, that if there is trust deficit, okay, if there is a trust deficit, so then we will see that it is also something which is going to backfire. So this is also one thing which we see here. Third part, what we also see, that in any government, one thing which matters a lot is communication. There must be a two-way communication. Two-way communication. Between whom? Governments and citizens. There must be a two-way communication between government and citizens. If government is turning a deaf ear to the citizens, means they are not listening to the citizens, then there is going to be a backfire. So if people are protesting, if people are unhappy, if people are against something, you must see this, that it cannot go on for a long period of time. If there is a gap in communication, if you are just telling and you are not listening, then also it is going to be a challenge. Okay. The next very important thing which we see, that leadership vacuum and generational change. In case of Nepal, we have seen it, that people are not satisfied with their leaders. Why? Because they see that there are a bunch of old people ruling a country of young people, a bunch of old politicians running a country of young people. So when there is too much disconnect between the leadership and the generation and the population, then also it is a challenge. In a country where there is a huge young population, young leaders must be there in the government, otherwise there will be a disconnect between the people and the government. So it must be as per the, it must be as per this citizen profile. It must be as per the demography of the country. Okay. Then what we see that there is also certain things. We see here that the broader discontent, there are certain things which are broader discontent and which must be addressed. Otherwise, one symbolic issue can cause huge problem in the society. Okay. So there is a need to address broader discontent. Okay. Need to address a broader discontent. We have the examples in past also. The revolt of 1857 in India was not because of just the cartridges. Okay. It was not just because that they were given some rifles having beef or pork. They were not just happy because of the cartridges. Okay. There was a broader discontent. There was a broader discontent in the society that led to revolt of 1857. In Nepal, the protests which are going right now, it is not because just there is a ban on social media. Ban on social media was something which was a small issue. It could have been resolved. But we see that there is a broader discontent in the society, and in this case, even symbolic problems, they can trigger massive outrage. So that is also one lesson which we see from Nepal, that the broader discontent and other things, it has to be addressed. Okay. Like what we see in Nepal, there was a trend which was very much famous, Nepo kid or Nepo baby. Okay. So people in Nepal were also very much offended by nepotism and all other things. They were also offended by nepotism and all other things. So we see that in many countries of the world, in politics, there is sufficient nepotism. Okay. So that is also one thing. Now, what we see that at the same time, we also see this one part, that government need to engage with youth organization and need of engagement with youth. Then also, there is one part. Now, for a very long period of time, it has been said that social media trends or Twitter trends are not reflected on the ground. Although we have seen that in the past also, that some of the social media protests or social media trends have created massive change on the ground also. Some of the social media protests or social media things have created some ground change also. So in same manner, there is one thing which government needs to realize, that digital platforms are equally important. Digital platform or digital mobilization can also bring on ground mobilization. Okay. Or digital mobilization, this can bring change in reality. This is something which can bring change in reality also. So it cannot be ignored, and hence digital rights, they are also critical. Many a times we see that governments across the world are trying to limit the access to internet. Many a times there are internet shutdown across the world in many countries, in many of the democratic countries. So we see that digital access or digital rights are very much crucial. If you are curtailing the digital right of people, they will see it as a violation of their freedom. And that is a very important part right now. Okay. Yes. So I hope there are certain lessons which we can take from Nepal. Now, there are so many articles going on with respect to Nepal, that what is happening in Nepal, who will be the leader, why actually Nepal has what problems. So they are not important from your exam purpose. They might be very much interesting, but from our point of view, this one part is important. There is another part which is important from our exam point of view, that what should be India's approach in this matter. What should be India's approach in this matter? We see that in South Asia, governments are getting toppled from time to time. Governments are getting toppled from time to time. Within 1 decade, we have seen many such countries where governments have been changed. Existing governments have been overthrown. Massive public outrage has taken place. So we need to evolve a policy for dealing with these type of situations. We need to evolve a policy for dealing with these type of situations also. Okay. So that is also one part which we have to understand. Okay. So this is our first topic, what's happening in Nepal and what we can learn from there. So I hope this is clear. Sushila Korki, yes. So are you sending your Prime Minister to Nepal? Rishabh? Are you ready to send your Prime Minister to Nepal? Chalo. So let's come to this one part. So here we are having this one article. There is a plant which is called as red ivy plant. Okay. So this red ivy plant is something like, what is the context? Some researchers in Kerala, they have used this plant in order to create this like wound healing pad. Okay. So here we see that there is one thing called it red ivy plant. Red ivy plants. There are certain researchers and they have developed a wound healing, like wound healing pads. Okay. Wound healing pads. They have used this red ivy plant for creating a wound healing plant also. And why they have used it? Because of one material which they have derived from this plant. Okay. So that material is called as actiocide. Okay. There has been use of a material actiocide. Actiocide. This is one thing which has been used here in order to create a wound healing pad, means the one which can help to heal the wound in a very small amount of time. Okay. So this is something, it is a natural compound. If we talk about this, it is a natural compound. Okay. It is a natural compound, and this compound, if we look at this, it is having therapeutic potential. Okay. It is having this therapeutic potential. It is one of a very important healing agent. Okay. So this is something Now, it is not found only in this plant. Actiocide is not found only in this plant. It can be found in other plants also. It is found in many other plants also. But researchers in Kerala, they have used this red ivy plant for getting this actiocide for creating a wound healing pad. For creating a wound healing pad. Okay. Now, if we talk about this plant, you can see this plant and its leaf look like this. Okay. It is also called as Murikutu Pacha. Okay. It is called as Murikuti. Sorry. Murikuti. Murikuti Pacha. That is the local name of this. It is the local name. And this is one such plant which is commonly, okay, if we talk about this, this is one such plant which is found across tropical regions. Okay. It is found in tropical climate. Okay. Tropical climate. And this is one plant. It has been traditionally used. It has been traditionally used by communities. For wound healing. So this is one part which you have to keep in mind. Okay. So red ivy plant is basically a plant which is found in tropical climate. In India, it is found in multiple locations. Even in Kerala, this is found. It is simply called as Murikutu Pacha in local language in Kerala. Okay. In this plant, a particular compound, actiocide, is found, and that actiocide has been used to develop a wound healing pad. Okay. Like suppose if anyone is hurt, so then you see that there is a dressing which is applied to that person. So for that dressing purpose itself, we have this red ivy plant and the actiocide which is present in this. Okay. So that is one thing which has been done. Yeah. Yes. So it will be biodegradable also, cost effective also. And in making this wound healing pad also, nanomaterials have been used which are biodegradable in nature and highly effective also. So this is why it was there in the news. So from exam portion, you should be aware where it is found, okay, and what its therapeutic properties are. You don't have to go in very much detail that how you cultivate this plant and others. You have to just know a little bit about it. Okay. If it becomes very much famous, then we will see it again. Yes, in tropical areas, not just in India and Indonesia, in tropical areas, it is found in other areas also. So this is one part. Now, we have this one thing, like government is thinking about raising civil border guard along this China border. Okay. Civil border guards along this China region. So they are also called as border wing home guards. They are also called as this border wing home guards. So they are like, who are they? How they are being recruited and what is their purpose? Border wing home guard. So it is not just the normal home guard, it is border wing home guard. So how do we get them? From where they are recruited, and at the same time, like what the government is thinking about this, how they are going to use them. So let us see this. Okay. They are generally, if we talk about them, they are generally recruited from local civilian population in border areas. Local civilian population in border areas. Okay. In the border areas, they are like they are recruited from there, from the civilian population living in the border areas. From there, they are recruited. So they are like what they are doing. We have understood their utility during this Operation Sindoor. During Operation Sindoor, like this is something which we have understood. What is the role of them? Okay. So it help, okay, helping army and other forces during emergencies. They are basically prominently helpful as civilian defense. So during the time of emergency, during any such armed conflict and others, they are very much important. Now, in which state we can have them? In which state we can have them? Like this is something which is allowed only in some states of India. It is not allowed in all the states of India. Border wing home guard can be done only in some states. Okay. So there are only 7 states which have been allowed for this. It is not done in all the states. It is allowed only in 7 states. Okay. Only in 7 states. If we look from this, like in this region of Western India, it is Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat. They are allowed to have it. In the eastern side, if we look at this, in the eastern side, we have Assam, West Bengal, Tripura and Meghalaya. Okay. So here we are having Assam, West Bengal, Tripura and Meghalaya. So these are the states who are allowed to raise this border wing home guard. It is not for everyone, it is for some of them. And at present, only one state is having it in active form. Only one state is having them in active form. Can you tell me which state it would be? Which state is having border wing home guard? Only 1 out of the 7. They are having active border wing home guards. Yes. So it is something, no, it is there in Rajasthan. Okay. The only a state which is having active, okay, state with active is Rajasthan. Okay. Rajasthan. This is the only state with active border wing home guards. So they are the only states which have active border wing home guards. More than 2200 home guards are there. More than 2200 home guards are there in Rajasthan. Okay. And they are performing the responsibilities of a constable. If you look at them, they perform responsibilities of a constable. They are in fact being paid also. They are also getting payment. They are also getting payment. And this payment ranges like 800 to 900 per day. Around 800 to 900 per day. So this is the payment also which they are being provided. 25% training cost. Training cost given by union government. Given by union government. Rest is managed by the state government, but 25% of the training cost is given by the union government. Okay. So what we see that like now there is chance that we will have some border wing home guards across the portions of China border also. So in some more states, it may get allowed. There may be recruitment of some more border wing home guards in the area of India and China border. Okay. So this is one of the development. Okay. This is one of the development which we can see here. Okay. That we are having this border wing home guards. Yes, so it was Rajasthan, not Assam. So they are given training by armed forces also. So during this Operation Sindoor, it was realized that we need to have such forces in India also. Now we are coming to the next topic, and that is our mosquito topic. So here we have a mosquito. Recently we have talked about malaria. We have recently talked about malaria. We have seen Anopheles mosquito was there, which was responsible for this. Now we have another mosquito. Okay. Now we have this another mosquito, Aedes. So this is having like many problems. This one is responsible for dengue. This one is the one which is responsible for Zika. This is the one which is also responsible for chikungunya. These three viruses are there: dengue virus, Zika virus, chikungunya virus, and they are having a common carrier, that is the Aedes mosquito. And they have a particular season. If we talk about this, there is a particular season. That season is roughly from September to November. Or you can say this, it is the post-monsoon season. It is the post-monsoon season. And in this post-monsoon season, we see that these are most active, most prominent problems in India. For the next 3 months, for the next 3 months, there is high risk of dengue, chikungunya, and all other such Zika type of virus. Okay. So they are like the school mein mila bhi hai dengue patient. So see. So now the thing is, what are the approaches? Okay. How we are trying to control them? Control approach. What is the control approach? Like how we are trying to do this? How we are trying to control them? Okay. We are trying to have fumigation. Like the municipality, it is trying to do this fumigation. It is trying to carry out the fumigation. If we talk about the indoor, okay, what we see that like if we talk about within home, what is the approach that we are using? Some vaporizers. We are using some vaporizers like good night and all. So we are using some vaporizers in order to control this. Okay. So this is the common approach. There is also one approach which is called as Bolvacia method. Bolvacia method. In Bolvacia method, we try to make the mosquito sterile. Make the mosquito sterile. This is considered as most effective method. This is something which is considered as most effective. But these two methods are not effective. They are not effective. Why they are not effective? Okay. Like, why do we see that they are not effective? The thing is, the mosquito is mostly in dark areas inside the homes, and it is biting during the daytime. Now, generally we see that in our homes, we are having mosquito net or vaporizers, which are often during the night time. So this Aedes, if we talk about this, it is biting during daytime inside home. Inside homes. It is biting during daytime inside the home. There is also one part. What is the source? The source. Source is stagnant water. Source is the stagnant water. And in that you will find the mosquito larva. Mosquito larva is growing in these stagnant water. So generally inside our homes, in our balconies, in our places, we are having a stagnant water, and in these water the mosquito is breeding, the mosquito is going. The municipality is largely controlling the open areas. In open areas, the larvae of these mosquitoes are very few in number, so they are not able to control the Aedes mosquitoes by doing fumigation outside the houses. Okay. So what we see that, like, we are not able to control this. We are not able to control this outside the house also and inside the house also. The vaporizers are ineffective. The mosquitoes are easily able to develop resistance against them. So what is the option then? What is the way forward then? One of the option is Bolvacia. This is something which is effective. But there are some other options also. What are the alternative? Alternative starts from personal care. Alternative starts from personal care. And how there will be personal care? Use of repellents, like some oils. For example, there is one thing called as DEET. Okay. This is one of the repellent. This is one of the repellent which can be applied on the skins, and which can help to deter these mosquitoes, or to make them, or to make ourselves invisible to these mosquitoes. They will not be able to smell us, they will not be able to identify us, and they will not be biting us. So DEET one repellent is there, DEET, which can be used by people for their own protection. That is one thing. Then we also have this one thing, we can have mosquito nets. But as you can understand, mosquito nets can be effective during the night. Now these Aedes mosquitoes, they can also bite people during night time in artificial light. In artificial light also they can bite people. So during night, mosquito nets can be somewhat effective, but during the daytime it will not be effective. Then we have the repellent as an option. There is also one option, loose cloths. Loose cloths covering entire body. Entire body. So that they will not be able to penetrate that cloth and go up to your skin. Loose cloths are separated away from body. They are away from the body. So mosquitoes will not be able to penetrate that, and they will not be able to reach up to our skin. So that is also one of the option. It is basically a repellent, a chemical oil, which is used for the purpose of deterring, means to make the mosquitoes like they will not be able to identify us with the help of human scent. They will not be able to identify us. Okay. So DEET is basically a chemical. DEET is basically a chemical. It is having like N-N-diethyl metatolamide. Okay. It is a chemical N-N-dimethyl M-tolamide. That is a chemical which is simply called as DEET. Okay. So this is one alternative. Second thing is community awareness. Second part is this community awareness. How community awareness? Addressing the source. Okay. Addressing the challenge of source. Source related problem. Like cleaning near our surrounding. Cleaning near our surrounding. So if there is any water logging, water stagnation, there we need to clean it. There we need to make sure that there is no water stagnation. Even if there is a clean water, in clean water also it can grow. It is not that it is growing only in dirty water or something. Even in clean water it can grow. So in all kind of stagnant water, it can grow there. Its larva can develop. So we need to make sure that there is no stagnation of water in the surrounding. So that is one thing which is required. Okay. Yes. So you can have that dhoti kurta. Okay. You can have that dhoti kurta or those cloths which can like you have seen those what those jackets are called, those which are quite inflated jackets. What is their name? Bomber jackets, I think. So those type of jackets can be there. Although September to November is something which is still some warm season, but yes, you can go for dhoti kurta or things like that, which can make sure that nothing can reach up to you. And see, these days, you know, dhoti is coming in a pant style also. So Shiv Shankar, there is an option. Dhoti is coming in a pant style also. It looks like dhoti from outside, but it is having buttons and all. So mosquito will get confused that whether it is dhoti or is it a pant. So that is one option which you can try. If it enters inside the kurta or dhoti, then it is a different thing. Okay. कंबल डालकर भी घूम सकता है. So that is also an option. Yes, there is penalty also which are imposed. Municipalities must check it from time to time. Okay. Okay. So this is one topic. Now there is one more topic of vulture, but we will see that in the next session because that is also an important topic. But we will see that in next session. That is on Monday. Okay. So these will be all the topics for today. We will discuss about vultures in the next session. That is on Monday. Okay. So here we have the 4 topics. Lesson from Nepal. Then we have red ivy plants, border wing home guards, and the Aedes mosquito. Okay. So let's meet then on next Monday, and then we will discuss about vultures and other topics also. So farm mosquitoes are not that much of a problem. The mosquitoes in that stagnant water is more of a problem. See, in farm areas or in garden areas, most of the mosquitoes which you see, they are male mosquitoes. And male mosquitoes are not a problem. I told you last day also. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Take care and all the best. Let's meet on Monday and then we will discuss remaining things. Thank you. Take care.